It's a rainy day outside. Another new day. Let's uncover this engine and get it done. And that's how we left it for the night. Just filing all the rings. Got all the rings filed in size. They're all good. Now we're putting them on, getting ready to show the rotating assembly in. And once we do that, we can get upper oil pan, front and rear crank seals, flex plate, balancer. We get all that done. This old girl's ready to go back in. Put it back in the chassis right there. Yeah. Well, Julie done shut it off. We're going to eat lunch, but we did get the rotating assembly in, and the protrusion is freaking wonderful. I mean, the highest is 31, the lowest is 28. So, you know, we're not all the way maxed out on protrusion, which, you know, that just makes sure that no valves will hit, which is really freaking nuts because with the low protrusion that there was here, we had some witness marks on the piston, which means there was some weird crap going on with that valve job on those heads, which we got it pretty much straightened out now. Upper oil pan, get this thing ready to set in chassis. It looks like it just might make it today. We've got nothing adverse causing us to stop. Julie did order a charge air cooler. She found, I forgot what brand, and we got some push rods ordered. We're getting a set of 15 thousandths shy. They're going to be 7.980 is the length, 7.980 on 3/8 diameter, stage 3, I think is what they are. They're just, it's whatever. Any stage is better than that, but we wanted the length right. Got some sealant on it. Upper oil pan. Let's put this thing on. Rods are all torqued. Protrusion's good. We got the numbers wrote. We'll show you later. Let's button it up. Don't forget the pickup tube. Let's go. Let's turn his world right side up. You want to? There you go. We're getting closer. Put the low pressure regulator in, low pressure pump, new pump, front crank seal. Put the tool on and let's press on the rear main seal too. All right, there you go. We are all together. It is coming off of the engine stand. Time to turn some lights on here. We got all the lights off. We don't run all the lights, but there it is. She is. Oh man, that's nice. It takes a long time to get here. Long damn time to get all this done. Look at it, it's shining. You can't even see it. So let's get everything moved, lift the fake engine out. This is always kind of a mess. We should go ahead and get another engine hoist, what we should do. But we'll get the fake engine out, put it back on the dolly, and let's drop this short block in right now. Look at this 08 King Ranch interior. That's what Don likes to use right here. Just put it on my hand, rub it in. It is making it look really good.
Yeah,
This is our truck. This is my mom's truck.
Yeah.
Drive mama's truck. Yeah, we bought it for her.
Yeah, we kind of did buy it for her. My old truck, but it didn't look like that when we owned it. So.
Yeah, we bought this. This truck came. The guy said he was done with it. About the only truck, 6-liter, that I've ever seen, really, with a spun main. And it just had a bed plate done. They did a bed plate on it, and it spun the main bearing. Remember like your dad's? Yeah. Well, we almost did it, your dad's truck. And I didn't, well, or did we? I don't fucking remember.
You have to edit that. But you're making the seat look brand new.
But somebody did it to this truck. They did a bed plate, and whatever they did, they screwed it all up and spun a main. And the guy had spent a bunch of money, and he came to the shop and he was like, he said, I want to see if you want to buy it. I said, you sure? We can fix it. And he said, I'm just done with it. And I didn't buy it. I let it sit at the shop for how long?
Like 3 months.
At least. It was a long time. And I didn't buy it. I said, no. I said, if somebody else wants it, I said, I'm not going to profitize off of it. That's exactly what I told him. I said, I'm not going to profitize off of your downturn. Let's let it sit here and see if the situation comes up. And I guess he wound up needing money, and he called again, and we gave him $5,000 and we bought it.
Yeah.
And it sat outside for a year.
Probably.
Probably just sat out behind the shop. Didn't even think about it.
It was kind of a parts truck.
Folded in one. Yeah, parts truck. You know what parts trucks are. Go and grab shit off of it when you finally do it. The whole world's a disaster because you don't have shit.
So yeah, Anthony and Joey are doing that.
And we're here. Let's get it dropped in. We are pulling the last little bit out of the torque converter. We've been doing that. It's just, you're never gonna get it all out of there. But we've gotten a little bit more since we've stopped. Transmission lines got painted. I really need to put those in. Those are a pain in the ass. You can put them in right now. So we'll get the lines and put them in and shove this old girl in the hole. Let's see if she can go. And we're here. We put a strap on the on the balancer that holds it on an angle. Strap on the transmission. We already took all that off. And now it's hanging there up high enough. Got the transmission lines in. And now she's looking for the little points on the bottom, the external transmission filter bolts. They're 3 little 10 millimeters with a point on them. And now we're about to drop it in. This is the last thing left. Put the torque converter in, I hope. Did you? Yep, it's in there. Good. Thank God we didn't forget that. Whew. All right. Can you see? Those are in. Bell housing's tight. Now, we'll sit down right here. Look down there. And let's put our torque converter nuts in with 14, stupid long, 26 foot-pounds, 18, bar it over, watch it, torque it, done. Okay, we got a dilemma on shocks. All right, you put the shocks on the front, Bilstein 5100s, the writing is good. You can read it, right? It's the right way. It also has the ram on the top. They all do but the back, I really kind of would like to have the ram on the bottom. I don't know. But the writing.
Their website says the writing should be upright.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and put them on like that. Maybe it's stronger that way. I don't know. I mean, I just think that I would want the ram to be facing down. You know, even though it's got that boot on it, it's at the back. It's going to get all kinds of crap on it. But we're going to Air Tours go ahead and put them on how they're supposed to be. With a little cautionary thought of maybe they would work longer. Probably not. Who gives a damn? It'll be all right. It's just a shock. I mean, that seal is going to go when it wants to go any freaking ways. You know, we can go ahead and just put it vertical upright so that it goes as fast as humanly possible. Got the transmission harness and the chassis harness done. That's all new. Boy, I think my lens is foggy here.
I tightened the nut.
There you go. Okay, so that's done. We still have push rods will be here tomorrow, so I'm trying to button up a bunch of stuff here. Yeah, it looks like a mess of Super Duty here. I'm gonna throw the fuel pump together right now, and then we'll throw the oil cooler together, have that ready. And then I'm planning on ending the day with the heads sitting on the deck surfaces, studs in, waiting on push rods. That's my plan. We'll see if it works. Right now, Joey's tightening up the shocks. Putting some Bilstein 5100s. Got them on the front and the back. Yep. We're just cruising along. The oil, oh my God, the transmission pan, look at this. Bam. That looks great. We do put a new gasket on every time. It's kind of dark over here. Bolt's gonna be black. That looks great. I like it. It's like, looks good. Yeah. All right, it's that time again. at this side. Yep. Deck surfaces are delinted. We got the heads over here. I go through and spray it with WD-40. I just washed my hands. They're a little clammy. But I'll spray it with WD-40 and then blow gun and wipe it and blow real hard. Do it the same thing over there on the block. WD-40 and then wipe it down, blow all the lint off. There's like, that is, well, actually once my hands finish drying, I'll go over the block and the heads and I'll just do bare hand with a blowgun in the other hand, and I'll blow over it and just wipe it with with my hand. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know. Harnesses are done. Fuel pumps all put together. It's done. Got the transmission harness back on. We need the transfer case vent tube also. So right now it's time to get the studs out and put the dowels in, the 2 dowels, clean the studs off, get the ends that go in the block, a little bit of oil on them, and get all the studs set in. Then we'll put the heads on. I kind of want to just get these deck surfaces covered up because, man, it's such a, I mean, I'm babysitting right now. So the sooner I can at least get the heads set on it, then they're gone. They're out of sight, out of mind. So get the studs taken out, stick the head gaskets on, set the heads on. I'll go ahead and hand thread these tins in, but I'll thread them in so that they do not touch the head. I don't want them to touch it. You could go by hand if you want with an extension and spin it just so it barely makes contact with it. We don't want to pull it down because you could wind up pulling it that way. You're not supposed to tighten those first. But I will just put them in so that they're there and stored. If you don't put those in and thread them all the way down to where they almost touch the head, there's a pretty good chance when you torque it down. I mean, I've had it before where the head gasket, it just, sometimes, I mean, maybe it's the Felpro gaskets too, I don't know. But maybe I've only had it once, okay? I think I only remember one time that a bolt wasn't very happy going through there because I waited to put these bolts in until after the studs were torqued. Don't do that. Have these bolts in place, lowered all the way down, and then torque those, and then you won't have any kind of alignment or the bore lining up, any of that issues. So, deck surface is on, or deck surface is gone. I went ahead and put the oil cooler on just because it kind of complicates it because I like to oil that surface right there. So when you're trying to clean the block, oil blows out from that, but it's easily mitigated. But I don't want to put the starter on until the heads are on. I don't want to put the heads on until the block drains need to be in. I leave the block drains out for whatever reason. I mean, it's probably minuscule. But when I'm blowing out the block, I blow down inside the coolant ports. And you could argue that I could went ahead and left the block heater out, but I don't never leave that out. I always put that in when we build the engine. But at least have the block drain out so that when I'm blowing down in the coolant ports, at least there's a hole down there, even though everything comes out this way and comes right in your face. But I don't know, that's just what I do. I like to leave the block drains out until the heads are torqued. That's what we do. And then I don't want to put the starter in until the block drains are in. So yeah, all that stuff has to go together. So let's finish this cleaning, get these studs in, and get this thing on. We did need to get out the rockers, and we do not clean. I do as best I can to inspect them when we take them apart, but I generally do not clean them when the truck comes apart. We clean them right before it goes back on the truck because, see, they're all oiled and they're beautiful, covered. But I keep the head dowels on the board. This is the board for the valve train, so we needed to get the head dowels off to clean them. Might just go ahead and clean these now. The push rods should be here tomorrow, but we don't have to worry about any placement now, like these valve bridges. I mean, well, okay, the placement that we need, I guess it is you would argue, yes, that tip of the tip of the rocker needs to be on that valve bridge. They're kind of, because that's where they were riding at. That one was sitting on there like that for its whole life. So maybe we will go ahead and keep tabs on it. Yeah. So we'll clean those up. Just get ready for tomorrow. Yeah. Went ahead and gave Felpro the call again, of course. Y'all knew that. All right, say bye-bye, Pistons. Let's look at these four one more time before we say bye-bye. Yep. Now I need some help. Julie! Just like that, there you go. Human eyes, better never look at them again. Okay, it's another day, and I've been taping more wiring. Went ahead and taped the negatives. There's one right there. I got the negatives taped now, both of them. That one is too. And the positive battery cable, I got it all taped up. But we have a 6.4 block heater cord, and I do not want to change it because it is a good looking cord. We're going to go ahead and use it though, because Ford block heater, that's from Ford, and it's ridiculously expensive. So, and it's in good shape. I'm going to opt to go ahead and put it on the truck here. Not worry about the make model specific or model specific. And let's make it work, because this block heater will work. And push rods are out for delivery. So I got the head sitting on. Joey's putting the transmission pan in. We got to put the filter in down there. We got a new transmission temp sensor put in. Pumped out a bunch of fluid out of the torque converter. So we'll fill her all up once we get the pan back on. Got the 08 filter. It's 08 setup. I did do the transmission harness as well. It's all taped up. Yeah, we're just plugging along. Hopefully this is Thanksgiving tomorrow, so we're gonna get as much done as we can. Hopefully the push rods will show up. I can get these heads torqued on, rocker boxes on, everything buttoned up with the deck surfaces at least. But yeah, now I'm on freaking block heater right there.
Even I would do.
We also put a new filter in the external housing, and we have a new Motorcraft filter. This is 08 Charlie. Go ahead and put a new tranny filter in it. Bottom. 6 liter has a screen, 6.4 has a filter. So I'm kind of torn, okay? On that, I'm kind of torn because we have the external filter there. I mean, one could argue that you just change that filter a bunch. It's very easy to change because that filter will turn black. But you can't argue with filtering more fluid, I guess. But in order to change that filter, it causes you to drop the pan. On a lot of 6 liter, you can just drain the fluid and change the filter in the front. And the increment on that was supposed to be 30,000 miles from factory. Every 30,000 miles, well, nobody does it. Everybody always goes 100 at least. But if you could go 30,000 miles and just drain, change the filter, drive another 30,000 miles, drain, change the filter, you probably never lose a transmission. Would you look at that? They showed up. 7:30 at night, but they showed up. They're here. Oh, they pack them all up. Thank you for your order. All right, well, they packed it pretty good. They always pack good. Let's open them up and let's get to it. I'm gonna go ahead. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow, and I really wanna go ahead and get these torqued. I don't wanna go through the whole weekend without them down. Julie's not real happy, but I wanna go ahead and get it done. She's loading. She's over there fixing the truck, working on the black trim on there. Can't see her. Oh, she's over there though. It's like opening a steak from the butcher shop is what it's like. It's all packed up well, I obviously didn't open it right. Let's see how they look. There they are. Yep. That'll work. to see what it says. Should be 7, 9, 7, 9? 9, 7. Yeah. 9, 7. What did we... Wait. Before we do that, what did we order? Hang on. So we're shooting for 9, 7, 80. I mean, maybe. Plus or minus a little bit. We're about 84. Okay, let's check another one. Because there is some variance and we don't really... 83, yeah, that'll work. I mean, when you get down to the roundabout works here because it's hydraulic lifter. Even if it didn't, you could adjust it in the lash. So we're 984, 83. So that'll work. That's good. Let's throw these suckers in and live a happy life.
Yay.
Okay, so we have everything here. I've done brake cleaned that really good. Clean the surface, make sure there's no grit. Now we'll get the rocker boxes down. Let's do it. Get the rocker boxes and let's get to putting these on. There you go. I put these bolts in and go hand tight, just down till they barely touch. I just don't want it to go up any, not down. I don't want it to pull it down because if you pull it down by that, potentially could actually start raising this side of the head up when you put the valve train on. So just go hand tight, just barely touch it. Now it's time for the, oh, I forgot we needed some, we need one of them, a retainer for the valve, for the rockers. So now let's lubricate one end, lubricate the ends, put it together, lubricate in here, lubricate here, under, there, the bottom side too. It's like I'll hit it here, on this side, that side, that side, that side. Put dab there, dab there, dab there, and dab there. Look, oh, we got one. That is for there. Just like that. Good as new. Okay, most of the time on a fresh engine, I guess you'd have a problem if your lifter bores are a little messed up, but when you push the lifters in, or when you push the push rods in, you can line it through everything and you can put it in the lifter right now. Now, at the last moment, you can grab it and that pushes down. That lets you know you're on the lifter and you're inside of, you know, where the push rod goes on the lifter and seats it down on the camshaft. That way you know that you're not, you know, having the push rod somewhere where it ain't supposed to be. So when you put it on there, I'm just saying it can, or it will push. I always do that. Push it down and then you can kind of give it a couple of springs here and there and it'll, you can just feel the lifter. That way it's, I mean, not that I've ever put one together and the push rod wasn't lined up, but every time just make sure that, well, that's just what I like to do. Now we're tightening them down with this. Now we'll put gloves on. It's time for ultra torque. Oh, that's how you store it. In case any of you is wondering, you can use your Felpro box and it works wonderful. We haven't got my breath back yet. We just pulled the last torque on it. And it's gonna sit right here and wait for us to get back. But boy, it's in a good place now. I guess anything else that we're gonna be waiting on, we haven't thought of it yet. So right now, if we didn't want to leave because it's 9 o'clock at night on the beginning, almost Thanksgiving's tomorrow, we're going back out of town. So we can't just work all night long. I mean, we can on the days when we're not leaving, but if we're leaving, we can't work all night long. But hopefully the progress is fine. Here, let's flip it over. Hopefully, I like it. It looks good. Fits the bill. Once again, just another Super 2 service engine.